Hello there everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Bumblebee movie Thrust. So let's get down to the review table and see what the deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man. Let's go! Of course, before we take a look at the figure itself, it's always nice to take a look at the packaging right here. So you have a nice, beautiful image there of Thrust himself. He's number 76. He's from the Bumblebee movie. His name is Thrust, Studio Series, Transformers logo on the side, Generations, the Tomy, Hasbro, from the Bumblebee movie. And I got this image here of Thrust, and number 76 again. He's a Voyager class, and come to the side here. And you can see a full image of Thrust himself, and
Why with the Autobot symbol again? Seriously, why? What is this? What is this?
no, he's not an Autobot.
Okay, he's a Decepticon. Please fix this.
But you come to the back here, you have the obligatory product shots. He's a Decepticon, Thrust, Cybertron Falls, and 30 steps, and you have your bio right here. Thrust and the Seekers blast the Autobot launch pad with missile fire to stop their escape from Cybertron. So yeah, so that green Seeker that we saw in the opening Cybertron scene of the Bumblebee movie, it's him, Thrust. That's Thrust. But anyway, so there you have that for the packaging itself. Okay, so here we have Thrust fully transformed into his Cybertronian looking Tetrajet mode, and yeah, it's what we saw in the movie. It's it's the same design as Starscream, because Thrust himself is a repaint, slight remold of the Bumblebee movie Starscream from the Studio Series line, and yeah. And I apologize for my rage back there when I was taking a look at the packaging, because when I see a Decepticon that is sold under the Studio Series line and I see the package and it has an Autobot symbol, hey, I rage out, because he's not an Autobot. He's clearly a Decepticon, or is Hasbro? What's going on? What's going on here, Hasbro? Please tell me. Can't you fix it? Can you just change the symbol? It's not that hard. Anyway, once again, I apologize. But anyway, let's get close here, so you can take a look at the details right here, and you can see the nice green paint on the nose cone right here, which is really nice. Got this translucent plastic. Now the cockpit section is a rubbery soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about breaking it, so that's nice. And you got the Decepticon symbols on his wings, some more greens, and yeah, got a lot more greens, and yeah, if you're wondering why Thrust is green right now instead of his natural G1 colors, this figure is meant to homage Armada Starscream. Did I just say Starscream twice? If you're wondering why Thrust is green right now, that's because this Thrust is supposed to be an homage to Armada Thrust colors, because the Armada Thrust was a cone head. He has some greens and some grays around as well, so that's why this guy is green. So it's supposed to homage that Thrust character. So, and I think it actually works for this figure. I don't expect everything to be G1, so yeah. At least there's something different, something different is nice for a change, so yeah, and I appreciate it, so yeah. But yeah, it's basically just Starscream's alt mode, just done in different colors. So yeah, but still a wonderful alt mode. I really do like it. The design is weird, but it's interesting too. It's a nice, really nicely done jet mode. I think this looks great in my opinion, so yeah. Now for the wings, you can flip them up if you want to, but for me, I point them down because that is what it's supposed to look like. And you do have a swivel right here, and you do have a hinge right here, but that's due to transformation, so you won't move it. So yeah, and of course you can move the tail fin a little bit right here. So yeah. Yeah, not much articulation in jet mode, so yeah, just have the wings flip up and down, that's all you get, so yeah. Anyway, hey, stand up boy, stand up dude, anyway, so yeah. But yeah, it's a really well done jet mode in my opinion, so. Now, first thing to talk about here, is the accessories. Yeah, he comes with some little guns right here, which are the same guns that came with Starscream. So yeah, now these do store underneath thrust. So you do have these slots right here, or you can use these ports right here, but that's more for robot mode. So we're going to use these tabs right here and just tab them in. So now, for this figure, these tabs, they do hold in very well. They hold in very well, but in robot mode, the storage for robot mode, ooh, I will show that off in a little bit. So anyway, just store that underneath, and there you go. There's the full effect of the guns in jet mode, and that looks good. That looks pretty cool in my opinion, if you ask me. So now let us move on to some size comparisons. Here is thrust compared with the Studio Series Deluxe Class B127, I'm sorry, with the Studio Series Deluxe Class Cliff Jumper, with the Studio Series Voyager Class Blitzwing, with his Wavemate SS-86 Rekgar. Just because here is thrust compared with the Earthrise Voyager Class thrust, so you can see how the two thrusts look together, and yeah, the colors are totally different, you know. Yeah, it's they share the same name, but you know, it's a different character. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the last size comparison for today. And speaking of which, here is thrust compared with the original version of the mold, Starscream, and yeah, it's the same toy, it's the same exact figure, just in different colors. But I do like the green and gray color scheme on this figure. I think it really works. It really works out. Yeah, but yeah, I love these. I love this mold, so I don't mind owning it as thrust. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. And he does have some a little bit of remoting in robot mode, so which I will show off in a little bit when we get into robot mode. So yeah, so that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. Okay, so I think we are pretty much done with the Cybertronian Tetrajet mode. It looks cool, and I dig it very much. So let us transform Thrust into his robot mode. Now the transformation, as you can guess, is actually the same as Bumblebee Movie Starscream, since they're the same figure. So now, first thing you want to do, you want to unpeg this gun right here and put it off to the side, and now we shall get started. So first, I would like to do with the arms right here, just unfold the arms just like so, and swing them out, and put that into place, and then rotate the arm forward, and flip out his hand. Focus camera, thank you. And you want to swing the other arm out just like so, and just rotate his arm, and then flip out his hands, and there you have the arms pretty much all done and ready. So now I need to raise up the camera a little bit more so you can see what I am doing right here. So now you want to take his leg section right here, just unpeg it, untab everything, because you can see these tabs, so tab into these slots right here. You can see his head peeking out. Oh, there we go. And now you want to take these sections right here, just untab them, and you're gonna take the nose cone, just unclip it, and just flip this down like so, and just bring this forward, bring this down, and there we go. And you're gonna take this entire section right here and just flip this around, feed all this through if it can, feed all of it through, and there we go. You're gonna take this whole section and bring this down, and there you go. Just bring these arms down. Oh yeah, we're gonna flip the wings back just like so, and just bring the arms down, bring the arms down, and now we can work on the legs. And you flip this section up like so, and you want to take this entire section right here. You want to take this section and flip this around just like so, and just flip that up, and you want to take this entire section and just flip all this down, and take his foot and flip this down, and just feed this through, put this in, and put that in, wrap it around, and rotate his leg forward, and there we have one leg all done. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna take this section right here, just put this on this hinge a little bit, and just flip this around, flip that around, and just flip this in, and flip down the foot, and feed this through, and there you have 2 legs all done and ready. So now, a little bit, some little pieces of transformation right here that you need to do. You have to flip this up. There you go, sticking out. And then you're gonna take this section right here, just flip this up. There's a stopping point to it. There we go. Just flip that up. There we go. And there we go. We're almost done. We're almost done. Now, the instructions, they show you, okay, you want to bring this out, slide this out first. Now, the instructions show you to rotate this around and just flip this down and flip that up. Now, in the movie, that's not the case right here. That is not screen. This is not screen accurate. For a thrust, you want to do this. You want to rotate this back around and bring this down, and there we go. So that's how you situate the wings on thrust to make it more screen accurate. This is the more screen accurate way. So there we go. So now you want to take this section right here, flip that up, bring it down, and there we go. There we go. So I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we are done. Yeah, we are done. So there you have Thrust fully transformed into his robots mode. And if you can guess already, he looks like Starscream. Because he is a repaint. You know, he is definitely a green repaint. But very well done repaint. I do quite like this color scheme for Thrust. I really dig it. I like how it actually homages Armada Thrust colors. So that is pretty cool. So let's get in closer so we can take a look at the head sculpt. You can see he has the Blitzwing head. So that is pretty cool. You can see he has a like the green section right here, the new section right here, the cone head section, which is pretty cool. More like a cone hood, I think, but it's cool that they made him a cone head, but well, without actually being a cone head, which is pretty cool. So yeah, very nicely done. I like that newly molded section right there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, very nicely done robot mode in my opinion. Focus camera. Yeah, sometimes the camera doesn't want to focus, but anyway. But you can see kind of nice gunmetal gray paint on his arms, gunmetal gray paint on his legs, on the thighs, and some green on the feet. And yeah, it looks really good. It looks awesome. Oh my gosh. And again, you can do whatever you want with the wings. For me personally, I just leave these down like that. You can actually see the green detailing on the front. Because if you leave the gray parts on the front, then it's gonna look a lot very plain. So yeah. So that is why, and another reason why this is pointed down is this is actually screen accurate, because we saw the wings pointed down for thrust. So yeah, which is pretty cool to make him a little bit more different than Starscream. So yeah, very cool robot mode. I dig the design. I really dig it. I digs it. So yeah. Articulation wise, of course, it's the same as Starscream. The head, due to this section right here, it doesn't really have a lot of room. So the head, head is on the ball joint. You can move side to side a little bit. Can look up a little bit. Can't really look down. You can put the wings back all the way. You can have a full rotation there at the arms, just like so. And of course, the wings are on the hinge, so you can actually situate them, display them however you wish. The arms can move in and out. He has a bicep swivel, he has an elbow joint, over 90 degrees of bend, and the hands can move downward due to transformation. And he has a little bit of a waist swivel. Yeah, a little bit of waist swivel. Due to this section is blocking you, so you can't really tell whether he has a waist swivel, but he does have a waist swivel, which is nice. The legs can move up that far, can move back that far, and he can pretty much do the full splits. He does have a thigh swivel, he does have a knee joint, slightly over 90 degrees of bend, and the feet can move up and down a little bit, and he does have a lot of ankle tilts. I like that. That's a lot of ankle tilts, so yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have a wrist swivel, but I don't care for a wrist swivel, because why would you rotate your wrist forever? So why would you rotate your wrist around? So that doesn't make sense. I don't rotate my wrist around. No. So that means the robot shouldn't have a wrist swivel if it actually needs a wrist swivel. So yeah, I mean some figures have wrist swivels, but yeah, but there are some figures who don't have wrist swivels, and I'm fine with that. So yeah. Anyway, so now you can actually store some weapons on Thrust himself. So the gun right here, what I would do with the gun, I just put it into his hand. I just put this into his hand, and there we go. There we have him holding his gun, and the other two black guns right here. Now, here's the issue. Here's the issue with this figure. Now the joints, the arm joints are really tight, so this one can actually hold the gun up, unlike Starscream. So this section right here, you can peg this on there, but if you shake it around, it's gonna fall off. And now he wants to make me a liar, but it doesn't take much to have it fall off. So yeah, it plugs in very loosely, unfortunately, but well, it can stay there for as long as it can and just plug this in. I mean, this side is okay, this side is fine, but this side, I don't know why this side doesn't want to stay pegged in all that well, but oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, but overall though, I still love this figure. It's still a really well done figure. It's a good mold, and yeah, it's a great mold, you know, not just a good mold, a great mold to have in your collection. So now let us move on to some size comparisons. Here is Thrust compared with the Studio Series Deluxe Class Cliff Jumper and B127 with the Studio Series Voyager Class Blitzwing. Just because here is Thrust compared with the Earthrise Voyager Class Thrust, and yeah, two totally different designs, two totally different characters, same name, different colors, and yeah. But you can see Bumblebee Movie Thrust has the Conehead section, which is, you know, kind of reminiscent to his G1 self or his Armada self, because both Armada Thrust and G1 Thrust are Conehead. So yeah. But anyway, let's move on to the to some more comparisons right here. And here is Thrust compared with his wave mate Wreck-A-Gar. And last but not least, here is Thrust compared with the Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Starscream. And as you can see, it's the exact same figure, just in different colors and, you know, with different heads, and this entire cone head section right here, that is different as well. And of course, the transformation for these wings are pretty much different, because you want them pointed down for Starscream, you want them pointed up. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I love this mold. I really dig this mold. When I got Bumblebee Movie Starscream, I fell in love with it. It was an awesome toy. It's fun to mess with, and it's still fun to mess with. I love transforming this thing. It's quite easy to do. So yeah, I mean, all my Studio Series figures, when I transform them, I have no issue. I do them pretty easily. So yeah. And they're all very smooth, yeah, very smooth processes. So yeah, but overall, I absolutely love these two figures. I have no issues with them, except for, you know, the gun not holding into place. But well, it can hold as long as it should. So yeah, but yeah, very well done figures in my opinion. So that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so I think that is pretty much. That was a bit wrong right there. I made a mistake right there. But anyway, here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series Voyager Class Bumblebee Movie Thrust. And yeah, I really love this figure. I love the colors. They're so cool. Love the green, love the grays, and the gunmetal gray as well. And yeah, I mean, he looks great in robot mode as far as I'm concerned. And the jet mode looks great as well. Looks very screen accurate. And yeah, a lot of detail on this figure, and a lot of articulation too. I love the articulation on this figure. It's pretty much perfect. I don't really need a wrist swivel. As I said earlier, I don't really rotate my wrist a lot. So yeah, I mean, I rotate my wrist sometimes, but when I rotate my wrist, it's not a full 360, so I don't really need a full wrist swivel right here and there. So yeah, so even if it just moves down, it's okay, it's fine. You know, that's how hands move as well. So yeah, but yeah, I have no issues with the articulation. The transformation, I got no issues with it. And, you know, it's nice and easy. It's smooth. And, yeah, very nicely done. The only issue I have with mine is that the gun, one of the guns, this side is fine. The other side, the gun doesn't peg in all that well. But, oh well, it is what it is. It doesn't help. It doesn't make the grade go down. It's just a little tiny issue right there. But yeah, but it's not a big deal breaker. It's not a big deal breaker. So yeah, it's perfectly fine for me. So as long as I don't mess with it a lot, so it doesn't fall off easily. So yeah. And I like how, you know, the joints are actually actually very tight, because on Starscream this arm was like very loose. I'm glad they actually fixed that joint right there, so it actually doesn't, you know, gets looser. It actually stays very snug. It's a snug joint, a tight joint that can actually hold the gun up. That's a nice update to the mold. So yeah, but yeah, really cool. So now, as far as ranking this guy from a scale of 1 to 10, I think I would just give him a good. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. 10 out of 10. Yeah, I love this figure, and for some reason I love this figure way more than Starscream. But anyway, because Starscream, he has some loose joints here and there, but it's not a deal breaker. So yeah, but yeah, 10 out of 10 for this figure. It's a really well done figure. I think this is a must-have for your collection. If you're totally in for these Bumblebee movie seekers, get this guy, because he is excellent. He is excellent in his own way. So yeah, all right. So I think that's pretty much it for this. Let's try that again. And that is pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well, so that you will know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can always check out my Studio Series Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I will post a link to that playlist in the description down below. And on a side note, I did get this figure from My Toy M Corp, just like Redgar. But if you're in the US, you can always check out your Walmarts, your Targets, your Walgreens, or if you're in New Zealand, because I found out that EB Games is in New Zealand. EB Games is not in the US. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you live in New Zealand, you can check out EB Games as well for this figure if you want to. So okay, so I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Bumblebee movie thrust, and this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.